Alright, so this is my very first attempt at a tutorial. I posted some beads that I had made, as well as some paper clips that I had wire wrapped and bent to look interesting, and I got a lot of questions on how I did it, so I thought I would give it a go at making my very first tutorial. I will tell you that I did try putting a jump ring on the end at one point, but I didn't like how much it moved around, so then I got to the point where I just twisted up the wire to give it that same loop. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to show you how to do this and how to do these. In order to get started, you're going to need a paper clip. I find that it works just as well with the little paper clips that are about 1.25 inches, but anything smaller than that and it gets pretty fiddly trying to get those little curves in. But on a 2-inch paper clip, you're going to need your paper clip and a pair of wire cutters, some round nose pliers, and your color choice of wire. I find anything between about 24 to 28 gauge works. These are unlabeled, so I'm not sure exactly, but I cut about 6 inches of each piece. To do the curls like this, you're going to take your round nose pliers, separate the leg, and pinch it as close to the end as you can, about 1/4 inch in from the edge. And you're just going to pinch and roll. If you need to readjust your hand grip, grab that end one more time and finish turning until it lines pretty much flush with the other piece. And then we're going to repeat that process on the inside one. And you're going to again roll in towards the center and pull it out. And there is how you get that nice curved end. Now for the wire wrapping portion, you're going to take about 8 inches of wire. This is more than you need, but it's going to give you a little bit to work with. So you're going to want to make sure that you do it on the single loop end, not the double looped end, so that you can have your paper clip still go onto your paper. I just take and bend it, and then I'm going to run it through the center and give it a pull until I get a full loop. And I'm going to squish that loop together. It's really hard to see this, I'm sorry, but I hope that I'm explaining it well enough. And I'm going to do this 2 times before I try to adjust any of the other loops. And I'm going to push them together with my fingers. My fingers did get very tired, and please excuse my nails. They usually look a lot better, but COVID-19 has prevented me from being able to fix them. So we are going to just keep wrapping. I did, for the other ones that I showed you, I wrapped about 14 times up until the loop, and then the loop was the 15th. So, but that depends on how far you want it to sit out from your journal or your card or book, however you're going to use it. So you just want to keep a tight pinch on your wire as you keep inserting and pulling it through. And every time you do, you want to scrunch it down so that the coils are as tightly coiled and close together as possible. So you'll keep doing this until you get to where you want to put in your loop. And for this one, I'm going to call this good in about 3 more coils because I want it to be right at the top center here of my paper clip. And 1 more. And then we're going to work on the loop. Now this is where you get to choose if you want to string your bead on before or after you make the loop. I'm going to make the loop and then show you how to attach a dangle on at the end, but you could also just as easily slide your bead on and make your loop from there. So now I'm going to take and pull this through part way and pinch it off with my pliers and pull it tight around my pliers. And then I'm going to give my pliers a twist that goes around towards the side that was already wrapped. And I'm going to go back and pinch it again and turn it one more time. By giving it that nice double turn, I've made it so that that loop is going to stay nice and strong where it is. And it's going to be able to withstand things getting strung onto it. And then I'm just going to go back and wrap and coil until I have the same number of coils, or until it looks about the same. Don't worry about this end right here. That end is just so that we can keep our coils where we want them and adjust them as needed. And then at the end, we're going to trim that off. So I'm going to pull this through a couple more times. This is still going to be a really short video, even though you guys are watching something super boring. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to edit yet. This is, like I said, my very first attempt, but I got a lot of questions on this, and so I wanted to share with you how I did it. Apparently my explanations, I don't know if they were clear enough, but people seemed really interested in this, and it wasn't a difficult job. It does pass the time really nicely. You can do this while listening to music, an audiobook, watching something on television if you'd like. But yeah, so we've got one more coil until they're even. And like I said, your fingers get tired, and that's when that other pair of pliers can come in a little bit handy to give you a little tug so you can see how it's looking. All right, and now I'm going to cut it off as close to the paper clip as I can. And this little piece is going to be trash. And then I'm going to take those flat pliers, pinch that little end that was sticking up, and just twist around my paper clip so that hopefully that end isn't anywhere where it can get caught on something. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Clip it off, and then we're going to pinch that and twist to get it all nice and flat. And there you have it. The paper clip all wrapped up. And then you can attach one of these baubles or dangles by either opening up this loop a little bit to insert it onto the end, or by using a jump ring. I'm just going to open this up, my little dangles that I designed, because I don't want any excess hanging on there. And now that it's closed up again, it looks like this. And when you put that onto a book, let me grab a book we have over here. Vintage copy of The Secret Garden. When you slide that on, it gives you just a beautiful little dangle to admire. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you understand what I was trying to get across. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and let me know, and I will do some more. Have a good night.